Ever found yourself trapped in a whirlpool of thoughts unable to break free? Welcome to the world of overthinking. Let's dive into this enigma, this mental maze that ensnares so many of us. Overthinking, as the term suggests, is the act of thinking too much or for too long about something. It's when your mind becomes an untamed horse, galloping through 1,000 thoughts, often leading to indecision, self-doubt, and worry. In today's fast-paced world, overthinking has become somewhat of a universal pastime. We're constantly bombarded by information, decisions, and stimuli, making it easy for our minds to get stuck in overdrive. It's like a train that's gone off the rails, chugging along tirelessly, unable to find a station to rest. To conquer overthinking, we must first understand its origins. So where does overthinking come from? Well, let's delve into the labyrinth of our minds to find out. Overthinking is like an unwelcome house guest. It arrives uninvited, overstays its welcome, and leaves a mess in its wake. But why does it show up in the first place? The answer lies in a complex mix of psychological and social factors. Psychologically, overthinking is often linked to certain personality traits. Perfectionists, for instance, are prime candidates for overthinking. They tend to ruminate on their every action, striving for an unattainable ideal. Similarly, individuals with a high degree of emotional sensitivity may overthink as a way to manage their intense feelings. They replay scenarios over and over, analyzing every detail in a quest to understand and control their emotional reactions. Yet, overthinking isn't solely a product of our personalities. It's also influenced by our upbringing. If we were raised in an environment where we were constantly criticized, or where mistakes were not tolerated, we may have learned to overthink as a defense mechanism. By obsessing over every detail, we try to avoid making errors and thus evade criticism. Societal pressures too play a role in the birth of overthinking. We live in a world that values productivity and perfection. We're told we need to be the best, to never make a mistake, to always have it all together. This pressure to be flawless can lead us to overanalyze and second-guess our every move. To sum it up, overthinking can be traced back to a combination of our inherent personality traits, our upbringing, and the societal pressures we face. It's not something that just happens overnight. It's a pattern of thinking that's often rooted in deep-seated fears and insecurities. So the seeds of overthinking are often sown early and nourished by our environment. Understanding this is the first step towards pulling out those weeds and cultivating a healthier mental garden. Now that we've explored the birthplace of overthinking, let's examine the toll it takes on our lives. Overthinking, the mind's own version of a hamster wheel, constantly spinning with thoughts that seem to go nowhere. It's easy to dismiss it as harmless mental gymnastics, but the truth is, it's a silent saboteur. Let's begin with the mental health toll. Overthinking is like a spider, weaving a complex web of anxiety. It amplifies fears, giving them a larger-than-life presence in our minds. This heightened state of worry can swiftly metamorphose into a full-blown anxiety disorder if left unchecked. Then, there's stress, the body's default response to any perceived threat or pressure. Overthinking is a master puppeteer, pulling the strings of stress, making it dance to its tune. It creates a perpetual state of mental unrest, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. Now let's move on to the physical aspect. Ever heard of the phrase, losing sleep over something? That's overthinking, robbing us of our precious shut-eye. It's like a relentless party guest, refusing to leave, keeping us awake with its constant chatter. This leads to insomnia, which in turn can trigger a cascade of health problems, including heart disease and obesity. And it doesn't stop there. Overthinking also puts a spanner in the works when it comes to decision-making. It presents an endless parade of what-ifs and maybes, trapping us in a cycle of indecision. It's like standing at a crossroads with 100 paths stretching out in front of us, leaving us paralyzed, unable to take a step forward. In a way, overthinking is like quicksand. The more we struggle, the deeper we sink. It's a silent epidemic, slowly but surely chipping away at our mental and physical health. Clearly, overthinking is more than just a mind game, it's a health hazard. The good news is, overthinking is not a life sentence. There are ways to break free. Today we'll explore some practical solutions to combat the mental quagmire that is overthinking. First up, let's talk mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being present, experiencing the current moment in all its richness. It's about focusing on the now, not the what-ifs of the future or the if-onlys of the past. Think of it as a mental traffic cop, directing your thoughts away from the congested highway of overthinking and onto the open road of the present moment. Next, we have cognitive behavioral techniques. These are tools that help us reframe our thoughts and question the validity of our worries. Imagine you're a judge and each overthought is a case. you have to weigh the evidence, scrutinize the arguments, and make a rational verdict. This process can help us see that many of our worries are baseless, effectively debunking the myths we've constructed in our minds. Lastly, let's not forget the importance of a healthy lifestyle. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep are all crucial components in managing overthinking. Just like you wouldn't expect a car to run smoothly without proper maintenance, you can't expect your brain to function optimally without taking care of your physical health. But remember, these strategies aren't magic pills. It takes time, patience, and practice to master them. It's like learning to ride a bike. At first you might wobble, fall off, even scrape your knees a bit. But with persistence, you'll find your balance, and soon you'll be cruising down the road, leaving overthinking in your dust. So take heart. Even though overthinking can feel like a formidable foe, it's one that can be conquered. With the right tools and determination, you can break the chains of overthinking and reclaim the driver's seat of your mind. Remember, the power to stop overthinking lies within you. Overcoming overthinking is not an overnight process, but a journey. Are you ready to embark on it? Overthinking, much like an overgrown garden, can't be tamed in a day. It takes time, patience, and a whole lot of persistence. Picture it as a winding road with unexpected turns and occasional roadblocks. There will be days when you feel like you've taken 2 steps forward only to take 3 steps back. But remember, each step, whether forward or backward, is part of the journey. In this journey, you're the driver of your own thoughts. The power to steer your thoughts away from the treacherous path of overthinking lies within you. But let's be real, even the best drivers need a navigator from time to time. Don't hesitate to seek professional help if you feel overwhelmed. Therapists, counselors, psychologists, they're equipped with the tools and knowledge to help you navigate through the labyrinth of your thoughts. They can provide strategies and techniques tailored to your unique situation, helping you to manage and ultimately overcome overthinking. But you might wonder, what if I slip back into overthinking even after seeking help? Well, it's not about never slipping, but about getting up each time you do. It's about recognizing when you're slipping and having the courage to ask for help again. Yes, it's a process, a journey, and every journey has its challenges. But here's the good news. You're not alone on this journey. There are millions out there just like you, battling overthinking every day. There are support groups, online communities, and countless resources at your disposal. Reach out, connect, share your experiences, and learn from others. So, are you ready to take control of your thoughts? To steer them in the direction you choose rather than letting them control you? It's a journey worth embarking on, a battle worth fighting. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of overthinking. Remember, you're not alone on this journey, and there's always help available. Until next time, keep those thoughts in check.